When a loved one dies, the tears aren't just from the burial, it's from what happens after.
Wakasaya Busia, but where were you when we cried? Wakasaya Bako, yet you fight over coffin, land and pride. We held his hand till the end, you held his will like it's yours to bend. You call it culture, but it's pain in disguise. And see who really loves and who just lies. Abusuab3nni, Abusuab3nni. We mourn with truth, you war with greed. We carry pain, you carry need. Abusuab3nni.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Abusuab3nni. On this channel, we often talk about the family betrayal after the death of a loved one. But today we are taking a slightly different turn. Today we are talking about the Ashanti culture. We are talking about the matrilineal family system and funerals when it comes to the Ashanti culture. I believe that often funerals become very difficult to navigate. They become very complex because you might not understand the traditions and cultures when it comes to them. So today we have Mr. Abusuab3nni to help us understand all of this. My name is Abusuab3nni and you're welcome to our channel. Mr. Abusuab3nni, you're welcome. And thank you so much for taking the time to join us today to educate us on this topic.
The pleasure is mine.
Okay. So when we talk about the matrilineal family system, what is it and how did it even come about?
Okay. It's all from the oral history
Okay.
of the Ashantis. From biblical times, God created man and then a woman. The man was the head of the family. So I think looking back, the whole world mainly was patrilineal. So the head, the man was always the head of the family. But in the Ashanti area, around Adansi is the current day of Wasi.
Okay.
The chief of the town, he had some infractions to do with the stool that he was occupying, and he was taken ill. Spiritually, people believed.
Okay.
And dragged on for quite a year and wasn't getting better. So they consulted some oracles in the town, and the order was that he should sacrifice one of his sons for ritual before he would get better. So he called, I think there were 2 or 3 wives, he called them. Now this is my predicament, so we have to do a human sacrifice. All their wives said, no, they wouldn't go to their children to be sacrificed for that purpose. But the man was in a very bad shape. So one of the sisters came to look, this is my brother. I'll not sit back and let him die the way it is. So I'll sacrifice one of my children, wherever. And she did. And the man got better.
Okay.
So after that, okay. So my wife and my children were not interested in my future.
Yeah.
My sister, the children did.
Okay.
So maybe now, if I'm dying, I'll be another problem to my sister rather than my wife and the sons.
Okay.
So that's where the patrilineal thing, and that's how it started as Ashanti movement spread. With the conquest of the Ashanti wars, we spent all that, most of that camp areas. But it appears that historically, a lot of societies were more patrilineal than matrilineal.
Okay.
So, that background, then it comes up. How do we even grow up? And a lot of instances that we belong to a society. And once you have the matrilineal thing coming in, then everybody has a family.
Okay.
There could be instances arising out of infidelity in marriages that the man will refuse to accept a particular pregnancy.
Yeah.
So then that particular person, when is born, technically doesn't have a father.
Okay.
But she belongs to a family. But the relationship starts with the woman. So wherever your mother, that is your, from that is where your soul is. So we always believe that we should go there. And those days, if your mother has got several children, especially if you've got elder women, and the younger boys coming, and schools, started, education started in the country, your mother, your parents would advise you to, the elder woman, to stop school, take care of the younger children. I'm saying that because that's also another source of problem when it comes to the issue of finance.
Okay.
That sisters might have sacrificed so much to support their younger brothers. Because that they could not go to school, they could not get higher education, and now their life is a little bit loud compared to the men. So when you grow up and become more successful, then the sisters think that we have a share.
Okay.
You have to look at them. So all those are part of the background in that period. So the funeral basically is the same.
Okay.
The person dies. There are some traditions and cultures that have to be adopted. And the man will probably be staying with the wife and children outside hometown. Even if it's inside the hometown, the belief in the tradition is that when the man is alive, well, you can claim him because you are the wife.
Okay.
But because he belongs to the family, when he dies, the body should go back to the family and not the children who.
So that's back to the mother's family.
Yes, that's the man's family. Now, with modern developments, fathers living with their children, growing up together, guiding them, these other things. There's a misconception that the children feel ownership of their father.
Yeah.
So they think that this is my father, so it's not to me. While we are an Akan, we are from Ashanti. That's not the tradition. The tradition is that the father belongs to his family.
Okay, that's his maternal family.
Okay. So if anything happens to him, you have to quickly inform them that, look, your brother, your uncle is no more. Prior to that, if you have been sick for some time, again, they think they deserve to know, and I think it's right for them to know that he's not feeling too well. There will be intricacies in how you visit and how you cannot visit, all those ones are there. But the background is that when the man dies, the body belongs to the family.
Okay.
So the first communication should be with the family, and that should be as quick as within some 24 hours. Okay. Now that we have better communications, we need to invite the patient to be informed that this is what has happened. Okay. Then, after that, they will send people from the family, maybe they are not in the same town, to their brother's house.
Okay.
To come and verify that maybe the message they got
was true.
Is true. So they come home and they sit down with you, that is true, tell them how it happened, and they take it. Then the first step will be the 1 week celebration. The 1 week basically is to fix the date for the funeral. And because we have this extended family, so many people have to be informed. So we allow 1 week to pass and use that one to inform any other person related to the deceased. Okay. So that they are aware they have become the roles that they are supposed to play. Now, people are doing the 1 week after weeks, 3 weeks, some after 1 month.
I was going to come to that because I realized sometimes it's not exactly 1 week. It could be.
Now, people are talking about convenience. If the person died in the middle of the week, then we're going to do it Wednesday, they don't have to stop their work. So why don't you push it to the weekend? So then you'll go and exceed the 1 week.
Okay.
But tradition is supposed to be exactly 7 days after the death forever. And even that one, both if the woman, your mother or your father will die, the same thing, you have to do the 1 week.
Okay, before you continue, still on the 1 week, you mentioned that they have to inform everyone in the family, everyone who needs to know. So they come together and then they set the date. But over time, I have realized that even people outside the family come for the 1 week. Was it part of, was that what it used to be? Or was it just family when it started?
The 1 week has got two parts.
Okay.
The family meeting in the morning.
Okay.
That's strictly family.
All right.
If the man has some very close friends known to the larger family, they could be allowed to join.
Okay.
But the morning discussions on when we are going to have the burial, when we're going to do the funeral, are we going to bury him wherever he is, or bring him home to do the funeral? All those will be discussed in the morning. That's a purely family affair.
Okay.
And so some close friends will be allowed to join.
Okay.
So after that meeting, I've come to consensus. And obviously, at that time, the children are invited. The wife's representative is also invited to that meeting, the early morning meeting.
Okay.
So once we're able to agree on the dates that we're going to do the funeral, then in the afternoon, the public will come and sympathize with us, make some small donations.
Okay.
And then we inform them that, okay, we're going to have the burial and funeral on this particular date, this particular time.
Okay. That's quite interesting to know, because having seen how some 1 week celebration or observations have become like funerals itself, I was wondering where it started and how we got
I think
here.
Traveling and movements of people, migration to other parts of the country, we've learned so many other things.
Okay.
When we were young, when an elderly person died in the house, they don't even put on fire in the house.
Okay.
So the only time you get to eat is kenke, which is cooked by somebody else.
You go and buy.
Get some pepper there and something like that.
Yes. Okay.
So there's no pan of food, not even do soup and other things. You don't even put a fire in your house.
Okay.
That's all. That's the tradition. But gradually, when we move like that, when you go to the Fantis, for example, there's a lot of food to enjoy. That's not a bad idea. So we've been trying to pick some of this one. But the core tradition is the morning, the family meeting to decide on when they want to have a funeral. If there's a cordiality between the children and the man's family, there have been a lot of interactions before the date. The daddy said anything about the way he wants to be buried. Not true, there also those interactions. But there could also be the other side where the relation between the family and the man's children are not cordial. That becomes another, game. Because then the children think they are right to bury and organize their father's funeral. And the president says, no, it doesn't belong to you. It belongs to the family. So if you want to do it, then you have to go and plead with the family that, we want to be allowed to take care of our father's funeral. And if there's a quarrel, it's okay, don't have any problem. Let's work together. But it's the communication. The communication when it is done. If it is done and done well. Because in all sincerity, within 48 hours, 24 hours, 48 hours, even now at the high level of telecommunications, the information should go to them. I would have noticed that if I'm still in Accra, my children have linked to 2 or 3 of my key family members, either in Accra or back home. So should there be anything, the people that they will talk to first. Maybe they might not even have the contacts of the people back in the village. So if they talk to these other brothers, other cousins, the same town or close by, now they know in my hometown. That's how they talk to them first. They get all the appropriate advice and they go about it. But the bottom line is that the funeral and the matrilineal system belongs to the family and not to the wife and children.
Okay. Talking about maybe the children going to plead if they want it done a certain way and all that. I understand from what you have said that the body belongs to the family. So when it comes to the power struggles, who has the final say? Because I'm sure people, the children will have a different idea how they want things to go. The family will have a different idea. Even the paternal family of the deceased at that time might have it. So who has the final say when it comes to the funeral?
The matrilineal, the final say is with the family.
Okay.
So uncles and other brothers, sisters,
Okay.
they have the final, say. But depending on how you approach, how you communicate to them, they will let so many things, go and then get closer to where you want to, be. But we have to concede that the ownership is for the family.
Okay, so if the body belongs to the family and they make all the decisions or the final decisions, when it comes to finances, because we know funeral comes with a lot of, should I say financial investment, a lot of money. Who pays for the funeral?
Well, that's the unfortunate part of it. It doesn't belong to you. But the concept is that your father has taken good care of you.
Okay.
So this is a payback. This is why we have to show deference to your father. You have to show respect and show appreciation to what he has done for you to be where you are now. So even though the funeral doesn't belong to you, most of the expenses have to come to you.
From you.
If you are lucky and your father maybe has got some elder, brothers, others who are also pretty solid there, they come in, say, okay, look, we're supporting our children, our brothers, sons and daughters, working together with them and getting things done. But it has been the plan of communication. Communication.
Okay. So let's talk about the traditions. I know there are some expectations when it comes to the children, when it comes to maybe the wife or husband, whoever the surviving spouses. For instance, personally, I always say when my mom died, before they took her out of the ambulance, I come from the Kumu area. I had to throw water. I was expected to throw water on her before they take her out of the ambulance. And then maybe when they are bathing her too, I was supposed to go and do I didn't get the courage to do it, but I was supposed to do it. When it comes to the Ashanti culture, what are the children supposed to do? That is before the burial. What are some of the traditions and cultures?
Yeah, it's all very different. And those things vary maybe from family to family.
Okay.
But basically, after all the communications, and we're taking the body, home. The schnapps, pour libation. Okay. And it must be done by a family member.
Okay.
Right. So if the body is in Accra, you want to move it, the family member will come and join, you what the initial libations, and then together we take the body home. There are other traditions like drawing beer, this and that will come in. But they exist in all the cultures.
Okay.
In all the cultures. But these days, with a lot of people having good money, I think we're overdoing so many things. And that put a lot of cost on the children. But the choice is yours.
Okay.
How high, middle, or low you want to organize a particular funeral is yours. Because you're going to spend the money.
Okay.
And that is where we have a problem. The children think that because they are spending, then they should have a bigger say in their processes.
Yeah.
But that's not the case.
Okay.
Now, it's the way you approach the family, the way you talk to them. Because, especially those back home, they see they think that you think you are higher up there. You are looking down on them. They will make life miserable for you. But it's a communication. And that is key. Once you're able to communicate well to them. There will be other instances where the person is sick, maybe terminally ill for a couple of months, years, and he himself will say, "No, leave my family out of this one." You say it, but when he dies, he's not there. So even if he tells you that, you have to find a way, because we know that among the brothers or sisters, there will be one or two that is very, very close to you. So it's for you to try to link up those ones. And then, look, this is what has happened. The brother is not looking too well, and the doctors don't have a very good diagnosis.
Okay.
So let's hope for the best, but it doesn't look good.
Okay.
So that's a sign of respect to them. It can come from the woman's wife, the man's wife, it can come from the children. Just let them know that something is happening. Now, once those ones are done, the community is done properly, effectively, there isn't too much of a problem because the traditions, well, you can also lose your mother. And there are traditions that you have to perform. Your wife and your husband also have certain cultural practices at, wherever the program is going to take place.
Okay.
Because if my mother dies, my wife has a role to play. If my father dies, also has another role to play. They vary slightly.
Okay.
But there is that relation, that's the engagement. So once there's commitment and communication, we're able to go around most of these issues smoothly without any problem.
Okay. But from some of the stories we have heard, sometimes, for a lack of a better word, the family might be unreasonable. As in, there is no way to communicate with them. What they say is final. How do you go about? Are you able to go ahead and maybe bury your mom or your dad, go against the family? Are you able to do that? Does it have any sort of consequences when it comes to our traditions?
Well, if you have men of good counsel around you, it won't get there. But that's not the best.
Okay.
And you see, the men, if it's your mother, from the Ashanti concept, that's where you belong.
Yeah.
So you have every say in there. It's when it's your father that there are challenges. If your mother dies, the children, you have their cousins and aunties, they get together and get uncles.
Okay.
Yes. But the man for another family, that's where the community is important. And as I said, it's a relationship that exists amongst them before the event. So I will always say that, look, it's up to you to let your children know your family, people, and have some relationship. So at the event of anything happening, then there's some cordiality between you and you can get around each of these issues quietly.
Okay, so let's come to the Friday. I know typically we have Friday, Saturday, Sunday when it comes to the funerals. Do the Ashantis do the wakekeeping, the Friday wakekeeping, and if they do, what is it typically like?
The wakekeeping basically was to announce that the funeral is due.
Okay.
So there will be, even where there were no bands, the local choir will come to the house to sing, but they have to lay the body in state. Not normally done in the evening. So early in the morning, everybody go and file past. So the local choir now that get ready. Now it's getting bigger and bigger. People are bringing live, bands of it. But gradually, it's realizing that it's tiring. Because you start that one, say Friday evening.
Yeah.
You go through the whole of Saturday. If you don't sleep well, Friday night. Maybe by the time the funeral is on, you have been gone off. Okay. So now people are trying to look, the body will be there. There will be no wakekeeping. But even when they say there's no wakekeeping, you, the family members, you cannot sleep. You are supposed to sit by the body to the following morning. That somebody will come and do anything nasty.
Okay. Okay. So when we talk about big funerals in Ghana, everyone is looking at Ashanti region, especially Kumasi. Now, was it always like that? I'm talking about the Saturday of the funeral. Was it always that big when it comes to funerals?
When we were young, as I said, when there's a funeral, there's no food. No, they don't cook in the house.
Okay.
So you have to in-laws, cousins, aunties to cook in their own house and bring them. So that's anything goes.
Okay.
And the most common food around was the kenke.
Okay.
The fancy kenke. There's also a camp kenke and all and so on. Because if your father that your mother died, you're not supposed to eat any food that is buried in the ground. So the cassavas and the yam and the Caribbean don't, you're going to do food. There's no cassava, so there's no food. So you are restricted in what you can eat. But when we started traveling out, as I said, you come to Accra and the funeral is so big. You know, this thing looks nice. So well, when it comes happen about it, we can do something close to, that.
Okay.
But you see, the Ashantis are quite forceful when it comes to life and babies and other things.
Yeah.
So they will take things from other cultures and maybe overdo it certain times. Basically, it boils down to the resources that the children, the nephews and nieces, have.
Okay.
If they are going to make a big show out of the funeral, that's up to them. But basically, it should not be in such a way that you don't compare two funerals. My funeral and your funeral, my friend and his funeral, depend on who is going to organize them and how much resource that they have. These days, people, even before dying, we even set aside some monies that we use for their funerals. So those are very optional. Now, in Kumasi, what is happening is that the post-funeral dinner.
Yes.
Big event. Big. But mostly those ones are not added to the funeral expenses.
Okay.
The children who brought a lot of friends from outside their hometown who don't have to be entertained. And if your father wasn't taking you to his hometown, then when he dies, when you get there, you are a stranger. But if we are going there prior to the death, there's a lot of people know you and you can communicate with them and get things done.
Okay.
But the extravagance coming in is a later day, phenomenon. And,
Okay.
I think people are taking the things too far. But the only thing is that it's about me. What I think my father or my mother have done, for me. I want to show respect.
Okay.
In her death. So it's not your choice. It's my decision. And in any case, most of those expenses, they're not added to the funeral expenses.
Okay.
The funeral is maybe the basic things. But if they decide to host a big, dinner, because I've been staying in Accra all these years, I have a lot of very good friends who are coming in.
Okay.
Probably some of them might even coming to Kumasi for the first time. For the first time. They don't even know where to go the evening.
Okay.
You decide to, get a place and organize a small, large, average get together.
Okay.
For them.
Okay.
But I think it's taking too high these days.
Okay. So, what is a typical Ashanti funeral? The Saturday, what does it look like? What are some of the things that are done before the body is carried?
So, in the evening, when they finish laying the person in bed, there's libation, pouring, and Christian prayers. Then, if there's wake, the people fall past during the night. Now, the charismatics also come in with their own way of getting there. That they bring their church band to let the place be active so that people are aware that there's a big funeral or there's a funeral in the town.
Okay.
Now, beyond that, the following morning, early in the morning, you're still sitting around and then receive the tradition at the Sadia. These are things that technically they're going to use to bath the person. Those ones will come in Friday afternoon, about 3-4 p.m. thereabouts.
Okay.
So those will be soaps, perfumes, creams, underwears, and that they are supposed to put it on before they put on whatever the final cloth that they're going to
Okay. Who buys these things?
Is the wife.
Okay.
Mainly the wife.
Okay.
Then they bring, them. If you have more than one wife, they're also supposed to either team up together or do it separately. But the idea basically is from the wife and her family.
Okay. And are these things truly used for?
Not all of them.
Okay.
Not all of them. But you see, it's interesting. In my house, one day comes, okay, you keep them. Because there will be the other funeral that you have to go, you have to sell some of those items. Because they'll bring underwears, perfumes, creams, and normally the sisters will take them. There'll be cloth and other things. The sisters and grandchildren will give it to them. That is where the children or the sisters are quite well to do. They will always pass it on to the other people in the village because they think they will have better use of them than those of us. Because I'm his cloth, I might not need that cloth. But the other boy back in the village, the other cousin, the other sister, they might need them. So they collect them, and after the funeral, Monday, they will share whatever they have. But the things that we use to prepare the body, the undertakers will bring all of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, you pay for them, they bring all of them. They do it.
Okay.
Then on the
Saturday.
that before the burial.
Okay.
Then after the burial, I mean, there'll be lunch because a lot of people have traveled out of their own, town to come to the funeral, and then they don't even might even have a very small building that it might not even be a restaurant or a hotel.
Okay.
So they have to look for a place, maybe a school block or some open place, put canopy and go and serve the visitors who have come. Normally, we're not supposed to serve the indigenous.
Yeah.
But, hey, I mean, once you get free food, why don't I go and get some?
Okay.
So basically that is it. Then, if the man's a Christian, go to church from home, go to church from the church, go and do the burial. After the burial, we all come home. We have about 1 or 2 hours rest because the burial would have finished by noon. So you have 1 or 2 hours to rest. And then we get ready for the funeral itself. The funeral itself too, there are some other things that we had to see here. So many things have been packed, handkerchiefs, cloth. Then there's this traditional thing, we see the gold trinket that you put around your neck to signify that you've lost your mother or lost your father.
Okay.
That's for the children. It was just significance for when you move in there. If the person is close to you, you're supposed to be covered in the red cloth.
Okay.
But the reason that will signify those who are the actual children of the person who is dead. Because you and your close friend, your close friend can put on the red thing for you. But the children of the deceased, either the woman or the man, the children of the spirit, the big gold trinket around your neck. But those ones are high, they are rented, and you go and take it down after you return. They add drinks, whiskeys, minerals, toffees. We overdo it, but those days it was very simple. Cola nuts and palm wine, but more and more things are coming in there. It's getting more and more expensive. And I know, there's a funeral economy. Right? When you go to Kumasi, at the Sedia, for example, when you go to a supermarket, there are different classes. Oh, this one, bottom line, 500. I mean, who is it? How old is he? What is the background?
Okay.
Then up about 3,000, 4,000, 5,000.
Okay.
All right. So they'll use more perfume, more other things, and more handkerchiefs than we put in the Now, the idea is also the same.
Okay.
The idea normally come in to prepare the body. They say they want to go to bury with them. Then when you go to do the funeral in the afternoon, then you have some other that you have giveaways, things that you give to the family members.
So the idea, meaning they're supposed to bury the person with this. Do they actually bury the person with these things?
The cloth, they will tear a small piece and put in the casket.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, that's something that's somebody look for this cloth. I want him to go with it.
Okay.
We leave it in the casket. But even if the undertakers get a chance, they take it out.
Okay. And these are done by the wife.
Yeah.
These are bought by the wife.
They're brought by the wife, but the family people will take them. You give it to the family, and they put something, and then they keep it.
Okay. So if there are in-laws involved, it's are there some expectations when it comes to them? Do they have some traditions or some rights they are also made to perform?
The laws.
Mm.
Basically, either your wife or your husband has lost your father.
Mm.
And you're supposed to give moral and financial support. And your family people also come into support.
You came dressed in black, but your heart wore gold. Not for memory, but what you could hold. You spoke loud at the funeral rites, but we stayed silent through the sleepless nights. You read the tribute, we paid the price, now you come.